Hello YouTube, Morkez Marihser here, and welcome to the Fickle Pickle Jar. This show is going to be a series of random editorials done by the creators here at FanFickle, and it looks like I'm one of the first people to have one out, and I don't even have a computer that can edit videos with, so wow. I had a joke ready about that, but I decided to scrap it because I'm just way too eager to get this going. Anyway, as you may have noticed by the title, this video is going to ask one simple thing. Is the current Pokemon anime actually good? Now, I'm not gonna try and compare the Kalos anime to other seasons. Of course, it's not as good as Sinnoh, and of course, it's so much better than Unova. That's not saying much, especially since the reason people do or do not watch Kalos for the most part is because Unova was a 3-year onslaught of crap. But let me just get something out of the way first. There were some good things Unova brought in, along with the bad, that stick to the show to this day. The action scenes and the effects definitely got a boost. As cool as a lot of the battles in Sinnoh were, Unova made moves like Flamethrower and Water Gun look like actual fire or actual water that's just colored a bit differently. And I will forever hold that Dragon Pulse is more than just a ball. Yes, Ash has become a dumber character, but he's also become a better battler. I know this sounds crazy, but the strategies Ash has used in a lot of important battles that weren't designed to demonstrate his dumb luck were actually pretty intelligent. Leavanny deliberately using Energy Ball to weaken Roxy's overpowered coughing special defense comes to mind. It's no counter shield, no, but it's still pretty good thinking on Ash's part. Plus, it's not as BS as...
You okay, Vegeta?
Yes, just an aneurysm out of sheer stupidity.
Wow! I didn't think you were that stupid, Vegeta.
And yeah, I know we blame Unova for getting rid of Brock, but really, why? People want Ash gone, but Brock's still good to stay? Changing up the character roster is good every now and then, so long as we don't get disastrous characters like Silent and Dragon Bitch over here. Anyway, let's look at the current anime itself. It takes place in the Kalos region, known for its beauty and the lowest number of new Pokemon since Johto. The art for this series is nothing short of stunning. The animation is flowing and lively, and most of the character designs are great. More on that later. Ash is making his 4th fresh start right now. Technically 3rd because of Apom and Sinnoh. His design is based off of Calum/Xavier, the male XY trainer. It's a pretty solid look. By the way, though the anime itself won't admit it, he is officially 16 years old by this point. The ages of new trainers have gotten that high lately. The replacement for Brock this time around is not one character, but 2. There's Clement, a prodigious inventor and the gym leader of Lumio City. I will continue to wonder how anyone becomes a gym leader, but that's a story for another time. There's also Clement's younger sister, Bonnie. She takes care of their Dedenne and a lot of other Pokemon, and is a bit more helpful than Max despite somehow being even more little. The two have a couple notable gimmicks. First, Clement's inventions. Almost always, Clement has an invention that he made precisely for situations like the ones he encounters. And almost always, it has a lame name that gives away its purpose. And almost always, it blows up. I don't know about the rest of you, but I find these inventions and their pratfalls downright hilarious, especially with the sped up music towards the end of it. The other gimmick is not so entertaining. An obvious copy of Brock's sex drive, Bonnie keeps proposing to various women in Clement's place, since she's so desperate to get him married. As Clement's told her a million times, she never listens. And as we've discovered a million times, it's not funny. I don't really understand why Bonnie does this in the first place, since the two do happen to have a father at home. Lastly, the character for which I have the most to say about, Serena. She is the first female protagonist in a long time to actually be a love interest for Ash, at least on purpose. The two have a history. They met in a summer camp in Kanto many years before, and Ash helped Serena when she was hurt. From there, she developed a crush. Imagine the surprise when Serena discovered that Ash was in Kalos. And imagine our surprise when it took another 4 episodes for them to meet and another 1 episode for them to remember each other. Oh, pardon me, for him to remember her, because that's totally not more cliched. Serena's main focus is finding her own path in life. She never really expressed interest in pursuing the gyms or even consider it. Her mother wanted her to be a Rhyhorn racer, something that's actually fairly dangerous and would be pretty kick-ass to see as part of her main character. It's not cutesy, but it's awesome. Unfortunately, all that changes when she discovers the Pokemon Showcase, a dumbed-down version of the contest we know and presumably love, with no battling, recurring judges, actual French accents, or male participants. It's like a tryout for being a Disney princess, except you get to bring your Eevee with you. Heck, the equivalent of top coordinator for this is literally Kalos Queen. While the showcase itself isn't really painful to watch, it is really disappointing. I mean, we have a girl who's used to dealing with tough situations, going up to her mother, a professional in the field, and saying, "I don't want to do this, I want to grow up to be a princess and do something stereotypically girly." She even shortens her hair and changes her appearance over her first slip-up in a moment that I still don't entirely get. On to the meat of the anime. The plots vary from a waste of your time to actually pretty interesting and sometimes awesome. They take advantage of the many things Kalos has to offer in terms of locations, such as the Battle Chateau and Pokeball Factory. Sometimes the episode isn't even about a trainer, it's about one of the particular Pokemon overcoming something without their trainer. And you know what, seeing Pikachu kick butt on its own is a lot of fun. The score is pitch perfect, at least in the Japanese version. The songs are taken from the game and turned into incredible orchestrations that honestly still bring me to tears during the quieter moments or get me pumped up during the louder ones. For some reason, localization changes around the music, so many of these awesome songs are moved, removed, substituted, or nowhere to be seen. Back to the Pokemon themselves. I have mixed feelings about the trainers' teams this time around. On one hand, they're tiny. You know how in Kanto or Unova, Ash seemed to catch too many Pokemon too quickly? The opposite happens here. As the anime stands now, he's got 6 badges, 7 in the Japanese version, or at least he soon will, and still doesn't have a full team. Serena has 3 Pokemon, only now just getting the 3rd, and Clement has 4, one of which is being held onto by Bonnie. And Team Rocket has a combined total of 3. Here's how the teams stand right now. Ash has a Pikachu, a Talonflame, a Frogadier that will evolve into a Greninja and then an Ash Greninja, a Hawlucha that is probably one of his best Pokemon ever, and a Noibat that will evolve into a Noivern. He also had a Goodra that he called as a Gumi. Yes, Ash had a fully evolved Dragon-type powerhouse. And what did he do? He released it into the wild in a moment that was set up with awesome action scenes, but technically never needed to happen. But I digress. Serena has a Braixen, a Pancham, and an Eevee she recently caught. Not very powerful, and of course, only interested in the performances. Real cute. Clement has a Bunnelby, a Chespin, a Luxray, yes you heard me right, and a Dedenne for Bonnie. Not bad for an electric-type specialist, but seriously, these people should both have more Pokemon by now. Or at least stronger Pokemon. Even Team Rocket has stronger Pokemon with the Wobbuffet, Inkay, and Gourgeist. Okay, I've been ranting for nearly 3 pages of script, so I'd better start wrapping this up. Any additional comments I have? Yeah, the voice acting in the dub is not all that great. The leads are fine, but a lot of side characters are being played by the wrong people. In fact, there's just one place where they keep missing the mark time after time. Gym leaders. Every gym leader so far, Clement notwithstanding, is either played poorly like Viola, or just casted horribly like Karina. Did you know that's Amy Rose doing Karina's voice? The previous Amy Rose? Ugh. Anyway, to answer the question I started this video with, is Pokemon XY the series good? My answer is yes, if you stick to the sub version. The second it gets dubbed, the quality seems to be sucked away at the source. With one exception. The Mega Evolution specials are consistently awesome and take the incredible fight scenes the anime already has to the next level. The movies, no comment. Thank you so much for watching our videos. Please be sure to like this video and the others on this channel. If you want to see more videos like this, please tell us in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to this channel and the channels of our creators to keep up more content, like my own series, Palutena's Lost Guidance. that's the kind of thing I'm supposed to say on this kind of video, right? I'm still not used to the setup, but you know what? I'll get the hang of it eventually. This is Morkez Marihser for Fickle, signing off. And now it's time for the top 5 bonus gripes! Number 5. So now Jesse has 2 fully evolved Pokemon and James only has 1 that is yet to evolve. I'm not sure it ever will given the Malamar episodes, but give the guy something. A Binacle, a Phantom, maybe something, I don't know. Number 4. Look, I get the significance of Lysander's Japanese name, but when I see the guy in the Mega Evolution specials and soon the regular anime, I just can't take it seriously. I mean, Lysander, Lord of Light, it sounds important. But Fleur de Lis, Flower of Light, and if you think that sounds weird, try saying it with the Japanese pronunciation. Fleur de Lis. I can't not crack up. Number 3. You know the worst part about the fact that Ash released Goodra? Goodra had a perfect, and I mean perfect, track record in battles. Wild Grumpig? Win. Tag battle against Tierno? Win. Gym battle with Clement? Win. Even that one Florges, a fairy type, was beaten in a one-on-one match. Number 2. And speaking of fairy types, what the heck was up with Valerie? The Japanese version said she wanted to communicate with Pokemon, so she decided to pretend to talk like her fairy types. In the dub, she said she wanted to be a Pokemon, so she somehow learned to speak their language. I call complete and utter Tauros on that. Number 1. What the hell was up with that first battle against Viola? Pikachu has held its own against a Regice, one-on-one. Full health for the both of them, and won. And yet it managed to lose to a freaking Surskit? It's even more embarrassing than Cress's Panpour. At least that thing had Mud Sport. Okay, now I'm done. Suzuki.